when you ask men why they're not dating anymore, and they tell you, yo, what is the point of dating? Like, what are the benefits of being in a relationship with you? And all you say is, well, I'm pretty. And like, at a certain point, men just start going, that's not enough. What's up, world? Welcome back to Cancel Thoughts. It's your boy Better Days here. A lot of men in the Western world have literally just quit dating, largely because of some of the delusional financial expectations that some ladies have in the dating market. And it's become kind of a topic of conversation in online forums and online platforms that I really like try to stay away from. But very recently, a lady went on the Earn Your Leisure channel, and she had like some expectations that she articulated on that platform that got a lot of people talking that I want to show you guys really quickly. Before I get into it though, guys, if I by the end of this video earn you guys this subscription, do me a solid and like the video and subscribe to the channel, guys. It only takes a couple of seconds and it helps out more than you guys realize. That being said, let's get right into it.
Okay, let's get to this.
Mm-hmm.
If you date somebody, right? I don't know what your relationship status is now, but what are you expecting on a monthly basis from financially?
From him?
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm spoiled.
No, as soon as they said it's spoiled, it's gonna be a ticket. Go ahead.
What's that mean? Just
what's that range?
Because it's good insight. Because we just have these hypothetical conversations all the time. But just somebody you're like in the top 1% of girls that's actually you're exposed to that life, right? Like so. Yeah. What is you say you're spoiled? What does that mean?
Spoiled means I need you to be able to keep up with my lifestyle if you want to be with me.
See, a lot of issues that a lot of guys have with some ladies when they come on platforms like this is they're very vague in some of the things that they say because they like for it to just be open-ended, even though everybody kind of has some idea of like what they mean specifically. But the fact that they really try to talk around it and act like it's not like what it is the thing that I think pisses off most men.
What does that mean?
Ladies, take notes. Take notes because it'll work on the simp. I have a lifestyle I expect to keep.
You should be able to do it for me too. And if I can't depend on you to be able to handle what I have on my plate, then there's no reason for me and me and you to be together, because that means you're gonna hold me back, and that means I'm gonna have to be looking out after you.
What about love?
What does that mean? Financially, what does that mean?
He said, "What about love?" But going back to what you said there, what if the guy is just taking care of himself and you're just taking care of yourself and you guys are just together?
What's wrong with that?
Like this whole idea that ladies have where it's like, if I can do it for me, you need to also be able to do it for me. What if you just kept doing it for you, but then you also had a companion? Like, are you guys not adults at the end of the day? Like, I'm very confused as to where this perspective comes from, because it's something that's rooted in no logic whatsoever. You just say stuff and you just expect it to just be what it is. And it just doesn't make any sense. You're not going to have to take care of him because most of you guys don't deal with people who don't have their own anyway. He's going to be taking care of himself.
What does that mean? What does that mean on a monthly? What does that mean? Roughly.
Numbers?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like 45, 50.
$50,000 a month. So you need $50,000 a month.
What is true? I can give you the paperwork right now.
No, I'm not saying that you're not getting it. But hold on. You got a contract?
Listen.
You signed a contract? They signed contracts?
But if you allow me, let's say my partner doesn't allow me to work, I am going to look at you and say, are you paying all my bills? Because in order for me to sit down, somebody have to pay all my bills. And not just my bills. I need extra money because you can't give me my bill money and then I'm left with nothing.
Yeah.
Why are your bills totaling $40,000 to $50,000 a month to begin with? That's number one. But number two, we all understand how delusional the number of $50K a month it just completely is, okay? But this is a very attractive girl, all right? Do I think that there are guys out there who have that type of money who will spend money on a chick that looks like this? 100%. Okay, he said that she kind of lives that lifestyle anyway, so she's around people who have this kind of money. So I'm not even necessarily like mad at the fact that she's putting this out there. I'm more so upset at like the notion, and this is something that I think social media creates, is the delusion in other women to think that this is a goal that's actually achievable for them.
It's just not.
This lady is probably a top 0.00001% of lady who can actually get this type of stuff, okay?
And that's generous.
The reality of the situation is that there are going to be a lot of women who pay attention to podcasts like this or whatever and go, I should be able to get that too. I look just as good as her. Newsflash, you don't. That's number one. But number two, it also creates the delusion of the notion that there are an abundance of these guys out there who have the type of money that are going to be able to fulfill that lifestyle. She said $50,000 a month, okay? That comes out to $600,000 a year, okay? So a guy who has that type of money, one would have to make somewhere in the range of like $2 million or something like that to even just like have just like to be in the threshold of someone who is able to give somebody else $600,000 a year. Okay, so that guy would have to make $2 million because after taxes, he's probably walking home with like, let's say 1.4, 1.5. Okay, to then be giving his girl $600,000 a year out of that. One, I don't know who these guys are, and I don't know why any guy would be giving his woman $600,000 a year. But even just to be able to do that, like there's a certain like finite number of guys who are able to do that to begin with. So when you have a bunch of ladies walking around with this delusional perspective, not necessarily her because she's attractive enough. And listen, she's creme de la creme. I understand she is a beautiful girl. We're not even going to lie about that. But there are some delusional ladies out here who will watch this and think that they're on that level from an attractiveness perspective. And it's just, to me, like, where do you get off thinking that? And then they will go into the world really expecting this from like either average men or even like on a lower level for a guy to be giving you $4,000 or $5,000 a month. It's like, do you realize like how small of a number of men can actually do that?
I need money to save too.
You're flat. Yep.
And that's honestly, that's what really becomes expensive because my bills alone are already really high.
Yeah.
So I need a little bit more, not just for hair and nails and stuff, but I need a little bit more because I need to be able to save and I need a backup. Because after we break up or anything happens in between me and you, I need security until I can find not another job, but you know what I mean? So I can get back into what I used to do before.
What were you doing before that was making you $50,000 a month?
Come on, enlighten us.
That's a real question here. What were you I don't know who this lady is, okay? All I know is she's a very, very attractive lady. And I'm assuming she has some sort of notoriety because she's on this podcast anyway. And like they have a pretty large following. So to even get on that podcast, you have to have some level of notoriety. But what were you doing to where you were making $50,000 a month? Unless you're on OF or something like that and you're one of those ladies, which if you are, more power to you. I don't know many guys who are giving OF chicks that literally have their buttholes out on the internet $50,000 a month just to not do that anymore. I literally don't know guys who are taking that kind of woman seriously. But if you are, it is what it is. I don't necessarily care. But it then goes to speak to the notion that if you are an OF kind of prostitute, like, just say that openly, all right? To say that my guy needs to be giving me $50,000 a month, but to try to act like you're not some sort of prostitute or whatever and to act all elegant to me. And I'm not even necessarily saying she's doing that here. I'm just saying the idea of it in general is like, you're a prostitute. Like, you pay to play. Like, it just is what it is. Don't try to act like you're something that you're not and try to front on the internet like you're some respectable person when you literally have a baseline expectation of the guys who deal with you to essentially fund your life and to pay for you as if you are like some sort of commodity for them.
I don't require my man to do it. Do I expect it? Yes. Mm-hmm. Does he have to? No. But you.
If you expect it, he does have to, because you're not going to deal with somebody who isn't doing that. Like you're saying, like, do you require your man to do that? If it's an expectation of your man to do that, then yes. Come on, man. Like, we're not going to be doing this, okay? We are not going to be doing this.
Can't ask me not to work if you're not willing to handle and take care of all my bills. And plus.
When you say paperwork, what were you referring to? You have a contract that you make them sign?
No, meaning like I can show you guys how high my bills are. Yeah. It sounds like a really crazy number, honestly, but it's not just my house where I live at. You know, I have other properties. They got to get paid. You know, sometimes they need a new air conditioner, a new boiler, a filter. And I consider those bills because no matter what, I have to pay for them. So yeah, you pay my house here, but how about my responsibility everywhere else? When they come, you know, I have to make sure you're okay with handling that too.
So you get money. You got properties and things of that nature. Are none of these investment properties, are none of these like income, like cash flow properties? Like, I'm very, very confused. When you say you have all these other properties and things get broken and all this, you're not living at all of these places at the same time. So are you renting them out? And if so, wouldn't those be self-sustaining because they already generate enough revenue for you to be able to maintain ownership of them?
Just saying.
Well, also, like I said, I mean, I know you, so I know you're not just saying that. Like, you've actually,
it's real shit. Yeah,
this is real for you. My question is, what does the man get for that investment? If I'm investing $50,000 a month into you, right? What do I get out of that?
I'm not asking you to invest.
No. I'm just saying. Just like,
I mean, whatever he wants. If you're asking me not to work,
so I
there
get
you
you.
go.
And see, and this is where the conversation goes off the rails, okay? Where they have expectations, and I'm just talking about just dating in general right now, just from a baseline normal level. Let's take them out of the equation, the 50,000, whatever. When ladies are asking you to spend money on them, which basically every single lady who we deal with, especially in the Western world, is kind of expecting, even if they say they're not. When you ask the question of, all right, what am I expecting in return, or what am I allowed to expect in return? It's always something very vague or something that you don't necessarily care about, or it's literally nothing. So when you ask men why they're not dating anymore, and they tell you, yo, what is the point of dating? Like, what are the benefits of being in a relationship with you? And all you say is, well, I'm pretty. And like, at a certain point, men just start going, that's not enough. Like, you just being attractive is not enough. Like, I'm sorry. Like, whoever told you that you just being born with a vagina and being attractive is enough for a guy to take you seriously, that's not the case anymore, especially in the modern world where everybody literally it's survival of the fittest out here right now. People are having it harder and harder economically every single year. You cannot have this expectation of somebody taking care of you just because you're an attractive lady. And listen, are there guys out there that'll take care of chicks like her? Sure, but there are not enough of them to go around. And some of you guys aren't willing to be a side piece to one of these guys anyway. I just don't understand where these perspectives come from, yo.
The benefit is that you're not working. That's the benefit that I get.
I mean, the benefit, I'm not working, I'm home, I'm being peaceful, I'm making sure everything's good at the house, I'm cleaning, I'm cooking, and, you know, whatever you're requiring.
Okay.
I'm a pleaser, so I'm going to make sure my man gets whatever he wants. But at the same time, you have to make sure I'm happy. And if you're asking certain things of me, you got to make sure that you can back it up and take care of that too.
And truth be
Okay, so are you willing to deal with a guy then who is fine with you continuing to work? Because one of the things that you said is you expect your man to be able to provide a certain lifestyle for you, which means you also expect to not be working, even though you said you don't necessarily require him to. You see how like you just kind of like are going in circles when you have some of these conversations, and their logic doesn't necessarily stand up under any kind of scrutiny. It's like you said, I expect it, but I also don't require it. And it's just like, what are you saying exactly? Like, let's just be concrete about it. You have certain expectations of your guy, and any guy who's not willing to be able to, or not even like capable of fulfilling those expectations, you're not giving the time of day to. Let's just be 100% honest about this, okay? Don't beat around the bush. Say what it is. And as long as you say what it is, I think most guys are fine with that.
I told most men are doing this at some level, whether it's living.
It doesn't have to be that number, but you have to. You can't ask your wife to not work and just sit home and do, absolutely nothing. And then when she asks you for something simple as, hey, can I have some money for my hair and nails? You're tripping.
Fellas, I never want to hear that investing in the market is too expensive or stock club too expensive. Because if you got to give up 50 off top, I want to shit out of you, my boy.
All right, I'm going to basically leave it there. But one of the things that he just mentioned there is something that I kind of mentioned already, which is that a lot of guys are kind of already doing this. But where I kind of have a problem with a lot of these internet conversations is the fact that they're just that. They're internet conversations. These do not apply to everyday regular people. When she's talking about, well, if you're going to ask your girl to not work or whatever, like what average people can afford to have their ladies not work? Let's just be 100% honest about this. The cost of living is too high in America for you to be in one income households right now. Like it's just, the math doesn't necessarily work for ladies who have this expectation. We call them delusional ladies because most guys aren't making enough money to be able to support an entire family, okay? Or not let's not even say it's an entire family. You don't make enough money to be able to support an entire human being, let alone several human beings. So when you say, oh, if you're going to ask your lady to not work, baby, no guys are asking their ladies to not work.
At all.
Every relationship that's of a like normal person right now, both people have to work. You have to have 2-income households. And if you're somebody who wants to start a family and have a family, the reality of the situation is like children are expensive. Like it just doesn't necessarily work. And the thing that I kind of want to end this video on is that, yo, guys, we need to understand that these conversations are internet conversations, and stop letting these internet conversations rile you up to where you guys are against having real relationships in the real world. Okay, like this shit it's for the birds. Like it really is. Okay, I would love to see more men and women start getting together. Okay, I'm starting to see a lot less like relationships right now, and that's partly because the expectations from both parties aren't necessarily clearly articulated, and both people don't necessarily know what each other expects from each other, and that's a problem, and that's a disconnect. But also there's just like delusional people out there who don't necessarily know where they stand in the totem pole of our society, period. And we need to just start living a little bit more in reality. Put the phones down. And listen, I get it, it's hypocritical for me to be talking to you over the net right now, but telling you simultaneously to put the phone down. But you need to put the phones down and start going outside and touching grass and talking to real people. Are you going to run into piece of shit people? Yes, there have always been piece of shit people in the world, and that just is what it is. But if you're going to continue to try to live your life online, just expect that your life is not going to get any better. Okay, like I'm gonna leave it there though, guys. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys thought about this video, and if you're somebody who is in some sort of very, very functional relationship, let us know in the comments down below. This is something that I've been saying in some of my recent dating videos. Let us know the secrets that you guys have to making your relationship work. Okay, you guys have figured it out. Give us the secrets. All right, a lot of us are out here struggling because we don't necessarily know, because a lot of you long-term relationship people are busy being happy in you guys' relationship, to where I understand you guys, this is not your problem or whatever, but society is going to start to decay around you if you guys don't start sharing a lot of these secrets. Okay, as always, I want to thank you guys for joining me on this video. You guys could have been anywhere else in the world, but you chose to be here with me, and I really do appreciate you.
If you liked what you heard today, do me a solid and like the video, share the video, and subscribe if you haven't already. Those things really do help out the channel a lot, guys. And if you didn't like what you heard, thanks for allowing me to occupy your time. Consider leaving a comment in the comments down below, letting me know exactly what it was that you disagreed with, and maybe we could talk about it. Either way, I appreciate each and every one of you guys for pressing play on this video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.